Building a budget gaming PC has been absolutely crushed by the ongoing RAM-pocalypse. 16GB of DDR4? It's over £100. And DDR5? Don't even think about it, it's double the price of that. But out from the depths of despair, I've found not the saviour we want, but the saviour we need. DDR3L. Today I'm going to see if DDR3 unlocks the way to make a banging budget build for under £300 that can hold up playing modern titles at 1080p. So that begs the question, how much did this 16GB of DDR3L set me back? £15.50. It is quite literally the cheapest thing in the build, which is not something many people can say about building a PC today. 6th and 7th gen Intel CPUs came out and supported DDR4 right off the bat, but they also supported DDR3L, and that's down to DDR3L being a lower voltage than DDR3 and closer to DDR4 in voltage. That then led me to the next piece of the puzzle, picking a CPU. Ideally, I wanted as new as possible, so I looked at the i7 7700K, but picking one of those up for under £100 was a huge challenge, which is nonsense to me, given you can get much better CPUs for way less today. So I dropped back down to 6th gen Intel and came up with this. It's the i7 6700K. Oh, it's so little! I managed to pick this up for £36.06. And yes, it is still caked in thermal paste. So far, I've spent 50 quid on 16GB of RAM and a quad-core 4GHz CPU with 8 threads. Now, this thing was top of its class in 2015, but it pales in comparison to, modern top-end CPUs today. I'm going to make the argument, though, that for 1080p gaming, this might be all we need. I then moved on to motherboards, and this is where things got a little bit tricky. DDR3L motherboards with LGA 1151 sockets are not particularly common. Sneeze. Woo! Then I remembered watching an LTT vid a while back, and they were talking about these hacked together Chinese motherboards that were using old chipsets, but with some more modern features to make new motherboards? Wait until you see this. It's the motherboard brand you all know and love. That one! Yeah! The H311M HD3 is an MATX motherboard supporting LGA 1151. It says it right there. It also supports 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th gen Intel CPUs. That's a bit sketchy if I'm honest, because yes, 8th and 9th gen CPUs use the same socket, but they absolutely do not support DDR3L. Yeah. I'm a little bit scared about trying this out. It's potentially the most sketchy part of this build, but it does add some nice modern features. It's got an NVMe slot, and I bought this for £46.25 off AliExpress. That takes us to just under £100 so far for the build. Pretty good going. I think with those bits we've got so far, we should start building, right? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, right. Yep, that's Chinese. Ooh. I actually really like those colours. It looks cool. It took a hot minute, but I did manage to get most of that thermal paste off the outsides of that CPU. It was caked in it. Okay, here we go. CPU is in! Woo! Oh, I love building PCs. This is my favourite thing to do. Let's get the DDR3L in. I mean, it's not going in nicely in this box, but it is going in. And what I didn't mention is it's Crucial. Rest in peace. 16GB running at 1600 megahertz. Okay. Next, we've got to get the cooler on. I'm just doing an Intel stock cooler. You can pick them up for like under £5. I've got one on hand. Oh, this isn't an Intel stock cooler. This is an old Arctic one. Oh, it's the same difference. Oh, it's covered in thermal paste. Oh, why did I not clean that last time I used it? It's clean now! Well, there's a bit of thermal paste stuck in the fins, but nah, I think I'd usually go for like the smiley face approach. Look at that! Beautiful work. Far too much thermal paste. Oh, let's get this horrible thing on. Ah! I've got 3 in. There we go. Oh, I hate it so much. It's such a bad design. Oh no. Next up, I've got the SSD because this has an NVMe slot. Look at it, it's there. NVMe prices have also skyrocketed, so for a 512 gig NVMe drive, you're looking at in excess of 70 quid. But I noticed someone on eBay was selling their 512 gig Steam Deck SSD, and I managed to pick it up for £31.52. It's so cute and little, look at it! Now, you may already be able to see an issue with it being that small. No, I have a solution. Give me 2 minutes. Ooh, I love 3D printing. I love 3D printing, and that should be... Yes! Oh, let's go! Look at that! Oh, it's so cool! Okay, I think really we're ready to get the case and the power supply out, so I'm going to put all of this to one side. Now, both the case and the power supply were some of the very few things that I bought brand new, and for only $39.99 I was able to pick up this MSI 550 watt power supply. It's fine, it will do the job. Wow! Important information. Yep, that sure is a power supply. Cool. But we have to pair that with a case. This is the NVIDIA Enterprise M80X Black Office case, and it cost me £18.90. It is absolute garbage. It is the flimsiest, most rubbish case I've ever had my hands on. It feels like I could crush it with my hands. I see other YouTubers being able to pick up cases for free. That just doesn't seem to be a thing near where I am. So I had to spend a bit of money. Thanks to my friend ryancanctrl, this is a one-of-one version of this case, and it has RGB. Look at that. Look how cool that is. I just gave him the side panel and said, go nuts, and he came back with this. Freaking amazing. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ryan. If you like his work, go and check out his Instagram. Okay, I think it's time to get a few things assembled. Let's get the power supply in, get what we've done on the motherboard so far in, and see where we're up to. Some instructions on how to... Okay, we've got it in. It was a fight. Cable managing in this is non-existent, but you know, just cram it and slam it. That's all you gotta do. I've got 2 more components to fit in. The first one is a Wi-Fi card. So I picked up an AX5400, it's Wi-Fi 6E, and it'll do the job. Here it is. The AX5400, and it should be a single slot PCIe. Yay! Now it can connect to the internet. I think I glossed over that. The Wi-Fi card was £16.90. That's more expensive than the RAM. The final piece of the puzzle, therefore, must be the GPU. I need power and VRAM that will give me the capacity to play modern titles, and I've only got £94.83 of budget left. What GPU can possibly save me here? The NVIDIA GTX 1080. A card so good it is still being used by more Steam users today than the 5090. It's got 8 gig of GDDR5, more than enough to hold up in modern games. And I managed to pick up this beauty, this absolute stunning Gigabyte Windforce OC card for £81.33. That brings me well in under budget. The card is legendary. It's a decade old at this point. And you know, it's missing out on modern features like ray tracing. But we're building a budget PC. There's very few games that require ray tracing yet. And this, I think, is going to do the job nicely of hitting that 1080p mark. The one thing I've not taken into account is how I'm going to get it in. It's always a good sign when you can balance your graphics card on top. Okay, let's have a look. It's in. Ah, so good. Oh. And it's got enough clearance there. Yes. Oh, we're done. PC constructed. Damn, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I need to find out whether it works. I don't think I've ever been as nervous as I am right now to turn on a PC. Okay, everything's plugged in. Let's do it. I've not switched on the power supply. Okay, you ready? Everything's spinning. Let's go! Straight away! No way! Straight on and booting up. Holy, what a relief. That's what I thought might happen. I think that boot drive still has SteamOS on it. So it's gone. I think it was delete. Yeah, straight in. BIOS. Amazing. And it's in English. It's in English. I can use it. The next thing to do is to install an operating system. Now, with this being 6th gen Intel, Windows 11 is doable, but why would I bother with hacky workarounds for an operating system that won't stay up to date and get security patches? I'm thinking of going with Linux. Surprise, surprise for me. But I reckon that the flavour of the month has got to be CashOS. CashOS just stands out as an operating system that works really well, works well with NVIDIA graphics cards as well, as far as I can tell. Should give me good gaming performance, but then I can use it as just a good daily driver PC as well. So I'm going to get CashOS installed, and I'll come right back to you. Go! He's got the bomb. Good one, son. That makes 3.
Swiftly. Dragon up. By the shield of Slayer.
There he goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. We better clear out. My sister, Gerda, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. Probably best that we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Done drinking.
Never fight a witcher. Nice meeting you.
It's you. I'll swallow him whole.
It's a yonder.
Come on.
Do you know last gen started the damage of your system? Make sure your internet is always the latest one.
Flares!
Survivors.
Hurry!
Let's say I'd never owned a gaming PC before and I was presented with this as my first gaming PC. I'd be delighted. I'd be over the moon with the kind of performance that this gave me. Now, it didn't quite manage to hit 60 FPS and everything, but it was getting 50 plus. And for gaming in titles like CS2, it was absolutely fine. If the only kind of titles you're playing are esports titles, this will blow all of them out of the water. I think this makes a really compelling argument for DDR3 still being viable. Yes, you've not got the upgrade path of going over to something a bit more modern, but we'll revisit that in the future with a comparative modern machine. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've been Joe, and I will see you in the next one. See you later.